Yo, what up? Okay, we're doing this message. It's called scoping out the right people, good or bad. So, yeah, let's get into this. Like scoping out the right people. Let's get into that one, and then let's get into scoping out the bad people. I might just speak a freestyle this a little bit too, but like, yeah, like when you scoping out people in life, but you gotta do is scope out who's the right people for you, who's the right people for your system, for your structure, for your matrix, for God, that you try to create, whatever it may be, your whatever you want to call it, your everything for God, your kingdom for God, and for Jesus, and for the revelation of Jesus' kingdom, God's kingdom, your platform, whatever, what are you trying to do for that to get people around you for that, and how do you scope out the right people for that? Like, and it's kind of crazy because a lot of people, they may not be able to have that. It's sad, but like, and you gotta just find out like who's the right people, in your life that you can trust for God, trust for Jesus, and who that is, because like, God could put a bunch of devils in your life, and you can't do nothing about it. Ain't that crazy? God could put a bunch of devils in your life, and there's just nothing you can do about it, and they literally, a cult or whatever could just trap you with a bunch of devils, a bunch of people that don't want God, and the occult or witches or whatever, Satan or fallen angels could trap you around people that, don't care about God, don't care about the truth, does not want to fight for God's kingdom and the revelation of Jesus' kingdom. So that is just sick, and that's like mental illness that people have that, well, I'm glitching, but like basically, yeah, like people that don't want to help you has the mental illness on them. So like saying wants people like that around you, people mentally ill to it, they just not coming in the kingdom. But the people that come into the kingdom that actually care, that's how you know they actually care about the truth and actually fight for the truth. And actually stick up for you in whatever ways, and actually stick up for you. And I get it, like some in some circumstances, they may not be able to stick up for you fully, but they still gotta, find some ways to stick up for you. It just depends on how deep the situation really is, to like how much of a target you really are. Cause like a lot of people ain't gonna want to mess with that because you're a target. By the by the devil, by Illuminati, whatever the hell, fallen angels, witches, whatever, You gotta understand, like, we live in a wicked, satanic world, we live in an evil, satanic, wicked world, and, yeah, a lot of them probably sold out to the call. A lot of them may want to, fight for change, or like, get away from all that stuff or whatever. You gotta understand, like, that's what you gotta do is, find the people that may want to actually, like, break free from all that stuff and not want to, that you can trust the most or whatever. You just got to scope that out, use your discernment, have God ask for discernment when it comes to that. And then also, what else I said? It says scoping out the right people, then scoping out the bad too. It's like, I guess, I'm gonna say this, like, it's like, the fuck? But like, Tiario did say like, Tiario did say like, everybody kind of had a good side, a bad side to them. But so some people you may be able to trust a little bit for certain stuff, but you probably shouldn't fully trust. Like, so those people, there's bad people like that out there that you can trust maybe a little bit for certain things. Like maybe like, let's say a family member, you can trust them for like providing for you or whatever. But to like literally like in Jesus' kingdom type stuff, you can't trust them for that. You can't trust them for the truth of God, for the true will being done. You can't trust them for that. So yeah, those are like a disguise of bad people too. Like they may be good in whatever area, but then they bad in whatever area, in that area too. So it's like, until when it comes to, whether they deal, whether it's like a family member or family members or whoever it is, friend, worker, whatever the fuck, whatever it may be, you got to be smart how you play that, and how you play with that situation. And then that's why you need a bunch of people like that. That's what Tiario said in a video too, was like, in the message too, he was like, the devil's going to easily destroy you if you don't have like friends of God, people of God around you, people who care about you. Like, the devil's going to easily be able to destroy you. And that's how it is. That's how certain people end up in mental hospitals, and they can't get out of that, and they get put on medication because they have nobody that can actually stick up for them and tell them and stick up for them when it comes to stuff like that, with their spiritual experiences with God. And like, yeah, so it's kind of like, it's sad. There's a lot of people that, and that's what I'm here to do, is like fight for that too, is help people in those situations that may have went through a spiritual experience and they get put on medication for life because of that, with the cursed demonic devil matrix of psychiatry. And let's say they have different beliefs and stuff. I'm here to fight for that for them. You know, that's what I'm here to do. That's what God sent me to do. So like, that's what the Real Black Jesus sent me to do, and that's my purpose, is to go at these witch occultists and these witch doctors and Satanists, because that's what they're trying to do, is like, you know, and those are the bad people right there too. So that's kind of what I want to say. I said I was going to freestyle a little bit in it too, so that's what I kind of did with that. But yeah, like, scoping out the bad people, like, that's what I said. So you got to be careful, like, with the bad people, because the bad people come as an angel light stuff. They may be like, oh yeah, they may provide this for you, provide that for you. But then let's say you speak the true will of God to them, they know where to be found in that. They know where to be found when it comes to the things of God. They may be churchgoers, they may be secret witches in religion, church, and a lot of them may be too scared to actually like stick up for you, and they might like Judas you, or like, you know, you got to be careful. You got to be careful with some people. You got to be careful, like, if they're going to Judas you, or, you know, deny, let's say they deny you or whatever. It depends on like how they deny you. Like, if they deny you on some Judas stuff, or they just deny you because they have to protect certain things, but then they're still gonna have your back. Like, you never know the situation. You never know the situation to it. Sometimes they may have to, like, okay, maybe they can't fully, you know, protect you right away, because like, you gotta understand how deep this stuff really get. You know, but yeah, I mean, it depends on everything. Depends on how everything be at that too. Like, how big of an attack the gang stalking and witchcraft occult of Satanism, and how badly Satanists want you, and how Satan like wants you too. So it kind of goes with that, like how Satan is trying to destroy your purpose and destroy your come up, or destroy your, you know, whatever you may be, whatever you're trying to get financially blessed. Let's say the devil doesn't want that to happen. Let's say the devil does not want you becoming financially blessed, because you're going to put that money in his kingdom to destroy his kingdom. So of course, people are going to be set up to try to stop that. And you got to understand, Satan is going to use a bunch of witches, a bunch of devil worshippers to try to stop you from coming up, because a bunch of haters, and yeah, so you got to be careful with that too, because that's literally what happens with that too, is a lot of people end up in fucked up situations because secret witches and devil worshippers don't want to see them coming up. But yeah, that's what I want to say about that. So that's like scoping out the bad and good in people and stuff too. So that's a really deep topic, and I really wanted to say that because like it needed to be said. It really did, you know. So that's all I'm really gonna say about that. So let me say my stuff. Peace.